Good morning. Today we're going to talk about how to use the fence jigs so they'll work properly for you, and how to get the fence jigs. I posted a video about 7-8 months ago on how to build a 4-plank fence with special jigs. Now these will help you a lot on spacing and holding where you don't have much help, and you can build a beautiful fence with these things because you will not make a mistake on putting your boards up. So let me start off by telling you how I start building a fence with plank. Now these jigs are not going to help you at all if you don't follow these simple instructions that I'm about to give you. And I'll make it quick so this video won't bore you and you'll shut it off before it gets done. The first thing you need to do is establish where you want your fence to start, and go ahead and drill a hole there. Put your post in. Now it's up to you whether you concrete them or put dirt around them or put pea gravels around them. I use all three. It's according to what I'm doing. Some people use sand, some people use dirt. That is up to you. So you put the post where you're going to start, get hit good and straight, level, plumb, whatever you want to call it. And then you go out the line where you're going to put your, dig your holes, and you find the end of your fence, and you go ahead and set a post there. Establish it where you want the end of your fence. Then you stretch a string and put the string in the middle of the post, about 6 inches off the ground. Stretch it really tight in line where the other post is. You stretch it through there so you'll know where to mark your holes. It's super important to pinpoint exactly with marking paint where you want that post to go, because you're going to be using 16-foot boards, and if you get one post off, you're going to have to do some cutting on your boards and you're going to be wasting lumber. So pinpoint exactly with a long ruler every 8 feet. That's the way you put up a 4-board fence if your lumber is 16 foot long. So pinpoint that exactly with a small dot about the size of a quarter. You need your yard or your field mowed off good so you can see that dot. Now let me tell you right now, if you don't pinpoint that exactly and you are digging your holes with an auger, you will be digging the side of them holes off later because you did not pinpoint that exactly where it's supposed to be. The next step is setting your posts and getting them lined up. You got all your holes dug now, you pinpointed them, so you're going to set your post. So you take the string down that you put in the middle of the post. That was just to get the center line of the fence. You tie the string, another string, on the face where you want your boards. It's very important, on the face. These round posts are not all the same, so you'll want the string line, the side you're going to put your plank on. So you tie a string about a foot off the ground. That's the way I do it. Tie a string about a foot off the ground and you stretch it really tight all the way through there. Now, if you're going a long ways, I don't recommend going over 100 or 150 feet at a time with a string, because it will start, you can't keep it tight. So you've got your bottom string on, go ahead and put your top string on. I do a 2-string method. I'll put the bottom string about a foot from the ground, a top string about right at the top of the post, and I'll pull them strings really super tight. Okay, then you will not need a level. All you need to do when you set your post, let's pretend this is a post and you're setting it in the hole. You set it in the hole and you wiggle that around till the string's hitting the bottom, barely hitting the bottom of the post and hitting the top of the post. You will have to work the bottom around and the top till it does that. When that is hitting the string barely, then have your helper put material around it. Okay. You stand pretty much straight up in your life, so you don't need a level. You've done got it on the strings on the front, and if you put the post right in front of you, it's going to be level. Now if you put it over this way, it's not going to be level, so hold it in front of you, even if you're on a hill. Your body's going to be standing pretty much level. Because you don't stand, obviously, sideways. I mean, you don't go around walking like this. You walk straight up. So if you'll hold that post in front of you, put it on your strings, it'll be pretty much good. So once you get all your posts set, then you're ready to string your top board. You're not ready for the jigs yet. You're ready to put your top board up and get it exactly where you want it, exactly as high as you want it. So if you want your fence, say 57 inches high, you tie a string 57 inches high on the face where you're going to put your plank. You stretch it all the way through, and say your ground is rolling, you got rolling ground. So that's going to be a little more difficult. But you can manage it, stretch your string really tight, and where you see a low place that's not exactly high as you want it, you take you some little 10-penny nails and you pull the string up and you tack that where that'll hold that string up. Now, that will make a point in your fence. You don't want that. So what you do, after you pinpoint that nail up, then you can go, your string's already pinpointed, it don't look good. You don't like that in your fence. So you will go out one post, put a nail under the string, go out this way one post, put a nail under the string, and then pull the nail you just put up, and it will smooth out that hump in your fence. I have to do that a lot in Eastern Kentucky where the ground is rolling. But you can eventually work all the humps out of your fence even if your ground is rolling. Don't have your fence going dee, 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 dee. You know, it looks terrible. You've seen that on people's fences. They go up and then they'll put the other board like this, and then it's a mess. So you want the top board to flow smoothly. So when you get the string where you kind of think, well, that looks pretty good, then put your top board up. But just put it up with nails that's easy pulled out. Just put one nail to each end of the board, and that way, when you get the boards up, you can look at it. Don't just nail them up with a nail gun, because when I nail mine up with a nail gun, they're there for life. I put 3 1/4 ring shank galvanized nails, 3 to the post, when I am fencing. You don't want to do that when you're just putting your top board up and you want to look at it. So you get that top board strung up and you back off and you're going, man, there's a hump. That's going to look awful. So go pull the little slick nails out, pull that down where you can get that hump out, where it flows evenly. When you get that like you want it, then take your nail gun and just nail the far out of that. Nail it up good. Then, now it's time to use your fence jigs. The hard work's done. The rest is just easy work. You just take this fence jig, hang it on the top board, and then you're ready to just start throwing the boards up there. You just put them up there, and as long as it's sitting on the jig, shoot the nails into it. You're good to go. You don't shoot them into the jig, of course. You just hang it by the post and shoot it into the post. Now, while using 2 jigs, you'll find out that sometimes if your boards are warped, and most of them are, or bowed actually, it may be off of a jig in the middle, say 1 inch. Well, you're looking and say, well, it ain't even hitting that jig, that'll be fine. Well, if you want an uneven fence, go ahead and nail it. But what I do, if it needs to go down, don't actually take a saw and cut under the board to push it down. Cut you a little gash in the top of the board, down about that much, and then it'll push down easier and more make a bow in it. If you cut under the board and try to push it down, it's more likely going to break. So if I have to push a board down and I can't just push it down and nail it, if it won't go, I'll take a chainsaw or a saw that I'm using and I'll cut a relief gap in the top of the board. I don't have any boards here to illustrate that. Well, here's a little board. Let's say this is your big plank. And this board needs to go down, but you can't push it down. So cut you a little gash in the top of that board so it will go down easier. It will actually bend a little bit. If you cut it under here, it more likely will just break because you're pushing down on a brake system there. When you cut it, it's going to want to break. But if you cut it up here, it'll push down and more like bend. And that's how these fence jigs is designed to work. They tell you where to put the plank and they hold them for you. So I'll be putting another video out about a 3-plank jig that we built a corral the other day with that looks really nice. So I want you to see that, but it's not edited yet. So that's going to be a while. But how do you get these? You're watching this video and go, okay, tell us how to get it. Tell us how to get it. Okay. They're on eBay right now. They're already boxed. They're sitting here. They're ready to be shipped. And I will sell only pairs. I will not send you one fence jig. That's wasting your time and mine both because your fence won't look that good with just one. These are actually commercial jigs here. The white is tape that I put on, kind of keep sharp edges, but You get them in pairs, and of course eBay sells them. We sell them on eBay for $180 a set plus shipping. Like I said, these are very expensive to make, and it will be for a limited time. So you can go to eBay and buy them, or you can send me an email at JWCHESNUT. That's JWCHESNUT at gmail.com, and we'll work out the details. You can buy them straight from me for $150 plus shipping. And I take PayPal, but I also take a personal check, and when that personal check clears, then I'll ship you these jigs. Now, you might not need them forever, so you can just stick them back on eBay and sell them to somebody else, or you can rent them to your friends, give them to your co-workers to use. There's a lot of fencing going on, and these will sure help you, because the way things are now, you can't get no help to help you. And the next video, I've got a video coming out that's going to show you how one person is building a fence by himself using these jigs. And it's very, very helpful. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, remember, that's JWCHESNUT. That's for James Wade Chestnut, without the middle T in Chestnut. Thank you.